Kim Tae-ho wiped the sweat from his forehead as he checked the engine readings one more time. The big ship called Harmony was flying through space toward a planet he had never seen before. As the chief engineer, it was his job to make sure everything worked right. Today was important. Very important. The humans were going to meet aliens for the first time. Real aliens. Not the kind from movies, but actual living beings from another world. Captain Lee Dongwoo had told everyone to be on their best behavior. Dr. Park So-jin was excited about studying alien biology. Everyone was nervous and excited at the same time. Tae-ho did not care much about politics or science. He just wanted the engines to run smooth so everyone could get home safe. The engine room was his world. Here, among the humming machines and blinking lights, everything made sense. Machines did what you told them to do. They did not lie or play games like people sometimes did. The ship shook a little as they entered the atmosphere of the alien planet. Tae-ho watched his screens carefully. Everything looked good. The aliens had given them permission to land at their capital city. The place was called something he could not say right. The alien letters looked like squiggly lines to him. "Tae-ho, we're landing in 10 minutes, came Captain Lee's voice through the speaker. "Make sure everything is ready for the meeting." "Yes, sir," Tae-ho replied. He put on his clean uniform jacket. Even though he would probably stay with the ship, the captain wanted everyone to look good just in case. The landing was smooth. Through the small window in the engine room, Tae-ho could see tall, strange buildings that looked like they were made of crystal. Flying vehicles moved between them like colorful birds. Everything was so different from Earth. About an hour later, footsteps echoed in the hallway outside. Tae-ho heard voices speaking in the alien language. It sounded like music mixed with wind blowing through trees. Captain Lee was giving the aliens a tour of the ship. This was normal. When humans visited each other's countries, they often showed off their technology. The engine room door opened. Captain Lee came in first, followed by Dr. Park and 3 aliens. Tae-ho had seen pictures, but seeing real aliens up close was different. They were tall and thin, with skin that looked like it was made of silver. Their eyes were big and purple. They moved with grace, like dancers. "This is our engine room," Captain Lee said in English. A small device on his belt translated his words into the alien language. "Kim Tae-ho here is our chief engineer. He keeps us flying." One of the aliens stepped forward. This one was different from the others. She was shorter and her silver skin had gray patches on it. She looked sick. The other aliens stayed close to her, like they were protecting her. "I am Princess Nala," she said. The translation device made her voice sound strange, but Tae-ho could hear that she was tired. "Your ship is very interesting. We have never seen engines like these." Tae-ho bowed politely. He did not know what to say to a princess. "Thank you, Your Highness. They are simple, but they work well." Princess Nala moved closer to look at one of the big engines. As she walked, Tae-ho noticed that she was getting more gray patches on her skin. She was breathing hard too. Something was very wrong. "Are you feeling okay?" Dr. Park asked with concern in her voice. "I am fine," Princess Nala said, but her voice was weaker now. The other aliens looked worried. One of them, who was wearing fancy clothes that looked like armor made of gold, spoke quickly in their language. "My father says I should rest," Princess Nala translated. "But I wanted to see your amazing ship." She took another step toward the engine, but suddenly her legs gave out. She was falling backward. Without thinking, Tae-ho jumped forward and caught her in his arms. The moment his hands touched her skin, something incredible happened. A warm, golden light began to glow where Tae-ho's hands were touching Princess Nala. The gray patches on her skin started to fade away. Her silver skin became bright and shiny again. Her purple eyes, which had been dull and tired, became clear and full of life. Everyone in the room stopped breathing. The alien stepped back in shock. Dr. Park's mouth fell open. Captain Lee stared like he could not believe what he was seeing. What is happening?" Princess Nala whispered. She was looking at her own hands. The gray sickness was disappearing like smoke in the wind. Tae-ho felt strange. His hands were warm, almost hot. Energy was flowing out of him and into the alien princess. It felt good, but also made him tired. He helped her stand up straight. "I don't know," he said honestly. "I just caught you when you were falling." The alien in the gold armor said something very fast in their language. His voice sounded amazed and scared at the same time. "My father wants to know how you did that," Princess Nala said. She was standing on her own now, looking healthier than when she first came in. Our best doctors have been trying to cure my sickness for years. How did you heal me by just touching me? Taeho looked at his hands. They looked normal. I didn't do anything special. I just didn't want you to fall. Dr. Park came closer, her scientist mind working fast. Princess, how do you feel now? I feel wonderful, Princess Nala said with surprise. Better than I have felt in months. The pain is gone. The tiredness is gone. She looked at Taeho with wonder. What kind of magic do humans have? We don't have magic, Captain Lee said carefully. This is as surprising to us as it is to you. The alien who was Princess Nala's father spoke again. His voice was serious now. Emperor Kale wants everyone to come to the palace right away, Princess Nala translated. He needs to understand what happened here. This could change everything. Taeho felt nervous. He was just an engineer. He fixed machines, not people. But somehow he had healed an alien princess just by touching her. As they prepared to leave the ship, he wondered what this would mean for humans and aliens. He had no idea that this one moment would change the entire galaxy forever. The alien palace was like nothing Taeho had ever seen. Everything was made of smooth crystal that changed colors as they walked through the halls. Water flowed up the walls instead of down. Strange plants grew without soil, floating in the air like they were swimming. Dr. Choi Hae-won had arrived on a fast shuttle from Earth. She was the best human doctor they had, and everyone hoped she could explain what had happened. She walked next to Dr. Park, both of them talking fast about cells and biology and other things Taeho did not understand. This is impossible according to everything we know, Dr. Choi was saying. Human touch should not be able to heal alien diseases. Our biology is completely different. Princess Nala led them to a large room filled with strange machines. Alien doctors in white robes were waiting for them. The head doctor was named Zara. She had the same silver skin as the others, but hers had blue markings that showed she was very smart. Show me your hands, Dr. Zara said to Taeho through the translation device. Her voice sounded like she did not believe what she had heard. Taeho held out his hands. They looked normal to him. Dr. Zara pointed a small device at them. It made a soft humming sound and projected pictures in the air. The pictures showed tiny particles floating around his hands like invisible snow. Fascinating, Dr. Zara said. Her big purple eyes got even bigger. His bioelectric field is completely different from ours. It's almost like... She stopped talking and looked at the other alien doctors. They spoke in their musical language for a few minutes. Taeho could tell they were excited about something. What is it? Dr. Park asked. Your friend here, Dr. Zara pointed at Taeho, has an energy field that can make our cells work better. Much better. It's like his body produces something that our bodies need but cannot make anymore. Emperor Kale came into the room. He was tall even for an alien, with golden markings on his silver skin that showed he was the ruler. He looked tired and worried. Doctor, can this human heal others like he healed my daughter? The Emperor asked. Dr. Zara looked at Taeho, then at the human doctors. We need to test this safely. Princess Nala, would you be willing to help us understand what happened? Princess Nala nodded. If it can help others, yes. For the next few hours, they did many tests. Taeho had to touch different alien volunteers who had small sicknesses. Each time the same golden light appeared. The aliens got better, but Taeho got more and more tired. Dr. Choi noticed this first. Taeho, sit down. You look pale. I'm okay, Taeho said, but his voice was weak. Just a little tired. No, you're not okay, Dr. Choi said firmly. She checked his pulse and blood pressure. Your body is using too much energy. We need to stop the tests. Princess Nala came over quickly. Is he hurt because of healing me? His body is working very hard to produce whatever energy you need, Dr. Park explained. It's like running a marathon. He needs rest. But before anyone could stop him, another alien came running into the room. This one was different. His skin was more gray than silver and he was coughing. Blood was coming from his mouth, please, he said in broken English. My daughter, she is dying. Same sickness as Princess. Please help. Taeho started to get up, but Dr. Choi pushed him back down. No. You're too weak right now. But his daughter, Taeho began. We'll have to wait until we understand this better, Dr. Choi said. We don't know what this could do to you. The alien man fell to his knees. Please, she is only 6 years old. Princess Nala looked between Taeho and the desperate father. There must be something we can do. Dr. Zara had been quiet, studying the test results. Now she spoke up. I think I understand what is happening. Humans have something in their biology that we lost long ago, something that helps sick cells become healthy again. What do you mean, lost? Dr. Park asked. Many thousands of years ago, there was a great war in our galaxy, Dr. Zara explained. A weapon was used that changed the biology of many species. We survived, but we lost the ability to heal naturally. That's why diseases like the Gray Decay exist. Emperor Kale stepped forward. Are you saying humans still have this natural healing ability? It appears so, Dr. Zara said, but using it is dangerous for them. Their bodies are not designed to heal others constantly. Commander Yoon Ji-hee, who had been quiet until now, spoke up. What happens when other aliens learn about this? Will they all want to come to Earth? The room got very quiet. Everyone realized that this was a big problem. If aliens across the galaxy learned that humans could heal them, what would happen? We need to be very careful about who knows this information, Captain Lee said, but it was too late for that. While they had been doing tests, word was already spreading. Princess Nala's healing had been seen by many palace workers. Some of them had friends and family on other worlds. A young alien soldier ran into the room. Your Majesty, he said to Emperor Kale, we are receiving messages from other planets. They have heard about the human healer. Ships are already heading this way. Dr. Choi looked worried. How many ships? Dozens, the soldier replied. And more coming. Taeho felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. He was just one man. How could he heal dozens or hundreds or thousands of aliens? And what would it do to his body? I want to help, he said quietly. But I don't know if I can heal everyone. Princess Nala sat next to him. You already saved my life. That's more than anyone else could do. But what about that man's daughter? Taeho asked. What about all the others coming here? Dr. Zara looked at her machines again. Perhaps, if we could understand exactly how this healing works, we could find a way to make it safer for humans, or even teach others to do it. You mean other humans might be able to heal too? Dr. Park asked. It's possible, Dr. Zara said. If this is part of human biology, then other humans might have this ability as well. Emperor Kale made a decision. We will help the humans study this gift. In return, we ask that they help our people when they can, safely. Outside the palace, more ships were arriving every hour. Aliens from across the galaxy were coming, hoping for a miracle cure. Taeho looked out the crystal window at the growing crowd of spacecraft in the sky. He had always been comfortable in his small world of engines and machines. Now he was at the center of something much bigger than himself, something that could change how humans and aliens lived together. But first he had to figure out how to help that man's 6-year-old daughter without killing himself in the process. The war started 3 days later. The first attack came without warning. A massive fleet of alien warships appeared near Earth, demanding that all humans with healing abilities surrender themselves immediately. General Park Hyun-woo had been expecting this. Earth's military was small compared to the alien fleets, but they had spent the last month preparing for the worst. Hidden bases across the solar system were ready to fight. All human ships, this is General Park. He broadcast across the galaxy. Earth is under attack. Any human vessel should find safe harbor immediately. Do not attempt to return home. Taeho was still on the alien planet with Princess Nala when the news came. The palace shook as Velrian warships launched to defend their space. Emperor Kale had kept his promise to protect the humans. We have to help Earth, Taeho said to Princess Nala. They were in the research lab, watching the battle reports come in. You can't heal a war, Princess Nala replied sadly. And if you go back to Earth, you'll be captured or killed. Dr. Bae Sun-hee, a new researcher who had been studying the ancient alien ruins, ran into the lab with exciting news. She was carrying old stone tablets covered in strange writing. I found something important, Dr. Bae said breathlessly. The weapon that took away natural healing. I know where it came from. She put the tablets on the table and activated a translation device. The ancient writing appeared in English on a screen. According to these records, humans aren't just immune to the ancient weapon, Dr. Bae explained. We're the descendants of the species that survived it. The ones who created it were called the Makers. They destroyed themselves in the war, but some of their people escaped to a small planet far from the fighting. Earth, Dr. Choi said with understanding. Yes, Early humans were actually refugees from this ancient war. Over thousands of years, we forgot our true history. But our bodies kept the ability to heal naturally. Prince Kai, Princess Nala's brother, came into the room wearing battle armor. "Sister, Father wants all humans moved to the safest part of the palace. The Purist Alliance fleet is getting closer." Outside, explosions lit up the sky as Velrian and Purist ships fought. The Crystal Palace shook with each blast. Captain Han Bora's voice came through the communication system. She was leading a group of human ships that had escaped the attack on Earth. "This is Captain Han to all human vessels," her voice said. "Earth's orbital defenses are holding, but barely. We're forming a resistance fleet. Any human ship that can fight, please join us at coordinates I'm sending now." Taeho made a decision. "I'm going to help Captain Han." "You're not a soldier," Princess Nala protested. "No, but I'm what they're fighting over," Taeho replied. "Maybe if I'm out there, I can make a difference." Dr. Choi looked up from her research. "Actually, Taeho might be right. I've been working with Dr. Zara on something. We think we can amplify healing abilities using Velrian technology." She showed them a device that looked like a glove made of crystal and metal. "This should let a human healer work more efficiently and safely. Less energy drain, more effective healing. Have you tested it?" Prince Kai asked. "Not yet," Dr. Choi admitted. "But we're running out of time to test anything properly." At that moment, Elder Nox entered the room. He was the oldest alien anyone had ever seen, with skin like ancient silver and eyes that seemed to know everything. Most aliens thought he was just a legend, but he was real. "I remember the original war," Elder Nox said in a voice like wind through caves. "I was young then, but I remember. The Makers didn't just create a weapon. They created a cure too. But the cure was lost when their homeworld was destroyed." "What kind of cure?" Dr. Bay asked. "A way to restore natural healing to all species," Elder Nox replied. "The knowledge was supposed to be hidden in their descendants." In humans, everyone stared at Taeho. He felt overwhelmed by the responsibility. "I don't know anything about ancient cures," he said. "I just fix engines." "Sometimes the most important knowledge is hidden in the simplest actions," Elder Nox said mysteriously. The battle outside was getting worse. A Purist Alliance ship broke through the Velrian defenses and started bombing the city below the palace. Innocent aliens were being hurt in a war about humans. Taeho put on the crystal glove Dr. Choi had made. It felt warm against his skin. "I have to try to stop this fighting." "How?" Princess Nala asked. "I don't know yet. But people are dying because of what I can do. I have to take responsibility for that." Captain Han's fleet arrived in the system just as the biggest Purist Alliance ship, a massive battlecruiser, appeared. It was 3 times larger than any other ship in the battle. "Attention all vessels," came a cold voice from the battlecruiser. "I am Supreme Commander Vex of the Purist Alliance. Surrender the human healers now, or we will destroy this entire planet," General Park's voice answered from Earth. "This is Earth Defense Command. We do not surrender our people to anyone." "Then you have chosen extinction," Supreme Commander Vex replied. The massive battlecruiser began charging its main weapon. It was designed to crack planets in half. Taeho looked at Princess Nala, then at all the people in the lab who had become his friends. Human and alien, they were all working together. They had shown him that cooperation was possible. "I'm going out there," he said firmly. "In what?" "You don't have a ship," Prince Kai pointed out. Princess Nala smiled sadly. "Yes, he does. He can take my personal fighter. It's fast and has good shields. I'm coming with you," she added. "No, it's too dangerous," Taeho protested. "You'll need someone who knows how to fly alien ships," Princess Nala said. "Besides, this war started because you healed me. I'm part of this too." Dr. Bay grabbed some of her research tablets. "Take these. If Elder Nox is right about humans carrying ancient knowledge, you might need these translations." As they prepared to leave, Elder Nox approached Taeho one more time. "Remember, young healer," the ancient alien said, "sometimes the greatest healing requires sacrifice, but not always the sacrifice you expect." Taeho and Princess Nala ran to her ship as explosions shook the palace around them. Above them, the Purist Alliance battlecruiser was almost done charging its planet-killing weapon. They had only minutes to somehow stop a war that had spread across the galaxy. Taeho was still just an engineer who had accidentally touched a dying princess. But now the fate of billions of people, human and alien alike, depended on what he did next. As their small ship launched into the battle-filled space above, Tejo wondered if being able to heal others would be enough to heal the hatred and fear that was tearing the galaxy apart. He was about to find out. Princess Nala's ship flew through the space battle like a silver arrow. Laser blasts and explosions filled the darkness around them. The massive Purist Alliance battlecruiser hung in space ahead, its planet-killing weapon almost ready to fire. "What's your plan?" Princess Nala asked as she piloted the ship through the dangerous battlefield. "I'm going to board that battlecruiser and try to talk to their commander," Tejo said. "That's not a plan. That's suicide," Princess Nala replied. "Maybe, but I have to try." Tejo looked at the ancient tablets Dr. Bay had given him. The crystal glove on his hand was glowing softly. Something about the old alien writing seemed familiar, though he had never seen it before. "Wait," he said suddenly. "These symbols, I think I understand them. How is that possible?" Princess Nala asked. "I don't know. But Elder Knox said humans might carry ancient knowledge without knowing it. Maybe it's true." As they got closer to the battlecruiser, Captain Han's resistance fleet arrived. Human and alien ships that supported cooperation flew together against the Purist Alliance forces. The battle was huge, with hundreds of ships fighting across space. President Moon Subin's voice came through their communication system from Earth. "All vessels, this is Earth's president. We propose an immediate ceasefire to discuss peace terms," Supreme Commander Vex's cold voice answered. "There will be no peace with abominations. Humans will be destroyed or enslaved. Those are the only choices." But not all the alien ships agreed with him. Some Purist Alliance vessels stopped fighting and moved away from the battle. Their crews had families and friends who could be helped by human healers. They didn't want to destroy that hope. "The Alliance is breaking apart," Princess Nala observed as she watched ships leaving the enemy fleet. Tejo was studying the ancient tablets more closely. Suddenly, one symbol stood out to him. It looked like hands touching, surrounded by light. "I think I know what the ancient cure is," he said excitedly. "It's not a medicine or a machine. It's about connection." "What do you mean?" "The makers didn't just create a biological weapon. They created separation between species, fear and hatred that made everyone think they were different from each other. The cure isn't healing sick bodies. It's healing the relationships between different kinds of people." Princess Nala looked at him with understanding. "Like how you healed me not just by touching me, but by caring enough to catch me when I fell." "Exactly." They reached the battlecruiser and used Princess Nala's royal codes to get through its shields. The ship's docking bay was huge, filled with fighter ships and soldiers in dark armor. As they landed, hundreds of alien weapons pointed at them. Supreme Commander Vex came to meet them personally. He was tall and threatening, with scars covering his silver skin. "So, the human healer comes to surrender," Commander Vex said. "I come to offer you something better," Tejo replied calmly. "There is nothing better than purging the galaxy of your kind." Tejo took off the crystal glove and set it aside. Then he walked closer to Commander Vex, ignoring all the weapons pointed at him. "You're sick," Tejo said simply. Commander Vex stepped back angrily. "I am not weak like those who need your false healing." "Not sick in your body," Tejo continued. "Sick in your spirit. You're so afraid of being different from humans that you want to destroy us instead of learning from us." "Humans are inferior," Commander Vex shouted. "Then why are you so afraid of us?" Tejo asked. For a moment, the huge docking bay was quiet except for the sounds of the space battle outside. Tejo continued speaking, his voice calm and steady. "The ancient weapon didn't just take away your ability to heal your bodies. It made you forget how to heal relationships between different peoples. It made you think that being different meant being enemies." He gestured to Princess Nala. "She's an alien. I'm human. We're completely different species, but we're friends. We work together. We help each other. That's what the ancient makers really wanted to destroy." Commander Vex looked uncertain for the first time. "You speak lies, do I?" Tejo picked up one of the ancient tablets and showed it to the alien commander. "Can you read this?" Commander Vex looked at the tablet. His eyes widened in surprise. This is in the old language, the forbidden language from before the Great War. It says that the true cure for the ancient weapon is not medicine," Tejo translated. "It's choosing cooperation over fear. It's building bridges instead of walls." Around the docking bay, alien soldiers began lowering their weapons. Many of them had friends or family members who were sick with diseases that human healers could cure. At that moment, Dr. Bay's voice came through their communication devices. She was broadcasting to every ship in the battle. Attention all vessels. We have discovered the truth about the ancient weapon. It was designed not just to damage biology, but to damage trust between species. The cure is working together. Captain Han's voice joined the broadcast. All human vessels, stand down your weapons. We're not here to fight. We're here to heal. One by one, ships across the battlefield stopped shooting. The space battle slowly became quiet, but Supreme Commander Vex was not ready to give up. Even if this is true, humans are still too dangerous. You could control us all with your healing abilities. Tejo nodded. You're right, we could. That's why we're not going to. He activated a communication link to Earth. President Moon, please begin the announcement. President Moon Subin's voice filled the docking bay. Today, Earth announces the creation of the Galactic Compact of Mutual Aid. Humans with healing abilities will volunteer their services freely, but will never be forced to heal against their will. In return, alien species will share their technology and knowledge with humanity. Furthermore, President Moon continued, we are establishing joint healing centers throughout the galaxy, staffed by both humans and aliens working together. No one species will control these centers. Princess Nala stepped forward. The Velrian Empire agrees to this compact. We will provide technology and protection for the healing centers. Emperor Kale's voice came through the communication system. Any species that wishes to join this compact is welcome. Any species that chooses war instead will face the combined fleets of all member worlds. Across the galaxy, voices began joining the compact. Hundreds of alien species chose cooperation over conflict. Supreme Commander Vex looked around at his own soldiers. Many of them were putting down their weapons and removing their helmets. They were tired of fighting. They wanted to go home to their families. You have won, Commander Vex said quietly to Tejo. We all won, Tejo replied. That's the point. 6 months later, Tejo stood in the first joint healing center, built on a neutral planet halfway between Earth and the Velrian homeworld. Human and alien doctors worked side by side. Patients from dozens of species came for treatment. Tejo was no longer the only human healer. Dr. Choi's research had found ways to awaken healing abilities in more humans, and alien technology made the process safer. There were now hundreds of human healers working across the galaxy. Princess Nala, now serving as the director of the healing center, came to find him. The morning reports are ready. We treated over 3,000 patients this week. Any problems? Tejo asked. Just the usual. Some species still don't trust each other completely. But they're learning. Tejo looked out the window at the courtyard below. Human children played with young aliens of a dozen different species. They didn't see differences. They just saw friends. Elder Knox was right, Tejo said. The greatest healing sometimes requires sacrifice. But the sacrifice was giving up our fear of each other. Princess Nala smiled. For an engineer, you turned out to be a pretty good healer. I'm still an engineer, Tejo laughed. I just learned that fixing relationships is a lot like fixing machines. You have to understand how all the parts work together. As the two friends watched the children play below, ships from across the galaxy continued to arrive at the healing center. Each one brought patients seeking help, but also brought knowledge, culture, and friendship from distant worlds. The galaxy had chosen cooperation over fear, and it all started with one human who cared enough to catch a falling alien princess, not knowing that this simple act of kindness would heal an entire galaxy's worth of broken trust. 3 weeks had passed since Tejo first healed Princess Nala. The alien palace had become like a busy hospital. Humans and aliens worked together, trying to understand the healing power, but not everyone had good intentions. Dr. Ryu Yejin had arrived from Earth with a team of researchers. She was smart and ambitious, always wanting to be the first to discover something new. She set up a secret lab in the lower levels of the palace away from the main research area. We're wasting time being too careful, Dr. Ryu told her assistants. These aliens are dying while we do endless tests. We need to push the limits and see what humans can really do. She had convinced several human volunteers to try healing more aliens than was safe. The volunteers wanted to help, but they didn't know how dangerous it could be. Dr. Ryu told them it was just like giving blood, a little tiring but not harmful. Meanwhile, in the main lab, Dr. Choi and Dr. Zara had made an important discovery. They found that not all humans could heal aliens. Only about 1 in every 100 humans had the right kind of bioelectric field. Taeho was special, but he wasn't unique. We've tested 50 humans from Earth, Dr. Choi explained to the group. 5 of them showed healing abilities. But Taeho is still the strongest. Princess Nala, who had become close friends with Taeho during the research, was worried about him. He looks tired all the time now. Is the healing hurting him? His body is adapting, Dr. Park said. But we need to be careful not to overuse this ability. At that moment, Ambassador Kang Minho burst into the lab. He looked stressed and angry. We have a problem. A big problem. He activated a holographic display that showed a map of the galaxy. Red dots were scattered across it like a disease. These are reports of human ships being attacked, Ambassador Kang said. Pirates and desperate aliens are trying to capture humans who can heal. They want to force them to work as healers. Captain Lee stepped forward. How many humans have been taken? At least 30 that we know of, Ambassador Kang replied. Some willingly went with aliens who promised to pay them. Others were kidnapped. High Counselor Dex, an important alien politician, came into the room. He had been quiet during most of the research, but now he looked very serious. There is something you need to know, High Counselor Dex said. The gray decay and similar diseases are not natural. They were created. Everyone stopped what they were doing and stared at him. What do you mean created? Dr. Zara asked. High Counselor Dex activated another holographic display. This one showed ancient alien writing and pictures of a great war. 5,000 years ago, there was a conflict between 2 powerful alien races, he explained. One side created a biological weapon designed to weaken their enemies by stopping their natural healing abilities. But the weapon affected everyone, Princess Nala said, understanding. Not just their enemies? Exactly, High Counselor Dex nodded. The weapon spread across the galaxy. Most species lost their ability to heal naturally. That's why diseases like the Gray Decay exist. That's why our medical technology focused on machines instead of natural healing. Dr. Choi looked shocked. Are you saying humans weren't affected by this weapon? Humans didn't exist in space back then, High Counselor Dex said. Your species was still developing on your home planet. You never lost what the rest of us had taken away. Taeho felt strange hearing this. So we're not special. We just kept something everyone else lost. That makes you very special indeed, Emperor Kale said as he entered the room. And very valuable to some people. The Emperor looked worried. We have received demands from several alien governments. They want us to hand over all humans with healing abilities. Some threaten war if we refuse. At that moment, alarms started going off throughout the palace. A young soldier ran in with urgent news. Your Majesty, we're detecting weapons being charged on several of the ships in orbit. They're not all here for peaceful healing anymore. Dr. Ryu chose that moment to come running up from her secret lab. She looked panicked. We have a medical emergency, she said. 3 of my volunteers have collapsed. They won't wake up. Dr. Choi grabbed Dr. Ryu by the shoulders. What did you do to them? We were just testing the limits of their healing abilities, Dr. Ryu said defensively. We had them heal multiple aliens in a row. We didn't know this would happen. You pushed them too hard, Dr. Choi said angrily. Their bodies couldn't handle the energy drain. Princess Nala looked at Taeho with fear in her eyes. Could this happen to you? If I'm not careful, yes, Taeho admitted. The situation was getting worse by the minute. Outside, more alien ships were arriving. Some came seeking healing. Others came with weapons. The peaceful first contact between humans and aliens was turning into something dangerous. High Counselor Dex received a message on his communication device. His face turned dark. The purest alliance has formed, he announced. They believe humans are an abomination that will upset the natural order of the galaxy. They're gathering a fleet to destroy Earth. Why? Captain Lee asked. We're trying to help people. That's exactly why, High Counselor Dex explained. For thousands of years, the galaxy has been organized around the idea that some species are more advanced than others. Humans challenge that. You have abilities that our most advanced technology cannot replicate. Emperor Kale made a decision. We will protect the humans. Any ship that attacks them will be destroyed. But even as he said this, everyone knew that the Velrian Empire alone could not fight the entire galaxy. Other alien species would have to choose sides. Some would want to protect humans for their healing abilities. Others would want to destroy humans to maintain the old ways. Taeho looked around the room at all the people depending on him and other humans like him.
He had never wanted to be a hero.
He just wanted to fix engines and live a quiet life. But now the fate of entire civilizations might depend on what humans chose to do with their gift. What happens now? He asked. Ambassador Kang looked at the galactic map, where more red warning lights were appearing every hour. Now we find out if the galaxy chooses cooperation or war, he said grimly. In the lower levels of the palace, the 3 human volunteers lay unconscious, their bodies drained by healing too many aliens too quickly. They were a warning of what could happen if humanity's gift was abused. The question was, would anyone listen to that warning before it was too late?